There's an epidemic of single women in their 30s in Toronto. The social circles that I'm in, the gym that I go to, the day-to-day interactions that I have. And it's not like they're ugly, a lot of them are hot, like they're fit, they're emotionally intelligent, they got their life together.
Because of the way that men have treated them, okay? And that might be men in their family or men that they have dated in a relationship. Men have been violent towards women. It's so obvious as a woman. And I mean, look at the femicide. You can look online and look at the rates of femicide here in Canada. I'm a Toronto therapist and I see single women like this all the time. And what I hear from their experience is that men are not putting the effort in.
Is there an epidemic of 30-plus-year-old women who are single in major cities? Major cities like the city I grew up in, Toronto. Ultimately, I did meet my wife there, though, and we did move to another city in Canada. So this can't be the case for everyone, but there is an individual here that we're going to start the video off with saying this, and then we're going to react to another guy expressing their feelings about the dating market, especially if you're in your 30s. And then we're going to close the video off with a clip of a woman who's a therapist who deals with a lot of women in their 30s who are single in a major city, and that city is Toronto. Is it Toronto specifically, or is it other cities, other major cities in the world, or is this just a phenomenon with Toronto? And also, is there anything really wrong with that? We're going to also talk about that in today's video and react to these clips, and I want your opinions about it down below in the comment section as well. With that being said, let's dive into it.
There's an epidemic of single women in their 30s in Toronto. The social circles that I'm in, the gym that I go to, the day-to-day interactions that I have. And it's not like they're ugly, a lot of them are hot, like they're fit, they're emotionally intelligent, they got their life together. But, it's like, is it because the men are too feminine? Is it because they got out of a long-term relationship? But I can tell you, boy, are there a lot of single women in their 30s in Toronto. It is nuts.
I did kind of notice that as well when I was in Toronto, but I don't know if there's one reason for that. And ultimately, is it really that big of a deal? A lot of people move to big cities because they want a different type of life, more of a life that they see on TV, and that might be flawed. But if you wanted a quiet life, you'd move to a small town, you'd get married and stuff, and maybe they're just not at that stage yet. I'm not really sure, but this individual has their own opinions on it.
From till death do us part to till I get bored, or till I find someone that's slightly more attractive than the person that I'm with now, or till I find someone who has a slightly higher social status than the person that I'm with now, or till I find someone who does the 1% of things that my partner doesn't do and not the 99% of good things that my partner does do, or till I find someone who makes me feel like things are fresh again, because things with my current partner are starting to get old, because we're starting to learn more about each other and build a deeper connection. And I crave things that are brand new and exciting. So if I find someone that's going to do that for me, then we can end it here. It's not till death do us part anymore. It's not like real love anymore. It's not like you find your person and you build with that person. It's like you find your person, but you keep your eyes open just in case anybody that's 0.2% better than the person you're with now comes along, and then you entertain them too. It's not the same anymore. What the fuck happened?
Now, it's funny, I wanted to react to that clip because the last clip is someone who is a therapist, and she says something in the video about emotional intelligence that I think is really interesting, because where I guess some guys see feminized men, other women see emotional intelligence, and that is interesting. And maybe that is one of the main reasons why there is this huge disconnect when it comes to dating, and that's why ultimately people end up in their 30s and single. Well, let's react.
Epidemic of single women in Toronto. That's what I just heard a creator say. He said, everywhere I go, there's so many single women in their 30s. What's going on? They're all beautiful and they have their lives together. They seem well adjusted. Is it that men are too feminine? And that's what stopped me in my tracks and why I'm making this video, because it's so far from the reality of what's going on that in itself shows me, it's like the evidence, the proof is right there of why there are so many single women. Men are not doing the work to level up to the emotional intelligence that women have developed over the years. Women have had to work extremely hard to establish themselves in our society, to have good paying jobs, to have gone to school, to combat misogyny and patriarchy and be successful. Through that process, they have had to learn who they are, what their needs are, how to manage their strong emotions about the impacts of living like that for so long. And they have had to put that effort in to process trauma that has not been their choice.
I will cut this video here and then we'll continue watching it, because I wanted to say there's one major factor that she hasn't brought up yet, and maybe she brings it up a little bit later. It's the fact that when it comes to viable partners, it's not just about emotional intelligence, it's about financial stability. In Toronto, it's super expensive, so the financially viable amount of men that you could find there for a woman who has her stuff together in her 30s is probably slim. Very, very slim. It's slim pickings out there, and that ultimately is one of the reasons why. Now, I'm not sure if she is going to bring this up. She might be aware of this, but she's right about emotional intelligence. I'll give her that, but I feel like that's one major issue that she hasn't brought up quite yet.
Because of the way that men have treated them. Okay? And that might be men in their family or men that they have dated in a relationship. Men have been violent towards women. It's so obvious as a woman. And I mean, look at the femicide. You can look online and look at the rates of femicide here in Canada. I'm a Toronto therapist and I see single women like this all the time. And what I hear from their experience is that men are not putting the effort in to actually be viable partners. They are not working on their own wounds to heal and change toxic dating behaviors. They are not working on building their emotional intelligence to be able to have a real deep conversation. That's what women are looking for. Women do not need to be taken care of. They have their own lives. They've taken care of themselves. They don't need men to do that. What they're looking for in partnership is to be able to have somebody that they can rely on, emotionally rely on, emotionally deep partnership, emotionally attuned partnership. And the statement in itself of saying, are men too feminine, shows me that you are not thinking at a deeper level to understand why women are single. What that says to me is you're staying on the surface, looking at a surface level, superficial reason, and not doing the work to be a highly intelligent, emotionally intelligent, critically thinking partner. So why would women want to be with that? The reality is that women want to find that kind of partnership. They want to find their forever person. They do. And it's depleting, and it's upsetting, and it's sad, and it's a lot of grief that women have to go through in the process of being single and process of dating. So much pain that sometimes women are like, you know what? Let me just take myself out of this equation altogether. Why should I continue to put myself through suffering when nothing is working because I cannot control what men do? So I'm just gonna not date anymore. And you'll see that all over TikTok if you take a look. Men need to show up to therapy because men are not. Most of the clients are women because women are more open to the idea of healing emotionally like that. Men need to become open to seeing that women have specific needs and requirements that need to be met before you can be a viable partner. And if you don't know how to do that, that's okay, but try to do that. Try to come to therapy and work on your own wounds. We all have attachment wounds. We all have trauma from something. We are meant to be in relationship, and we most likely have wounds that make us have challenges in relationship. So go and do the work so that you can find the happy, healthy relationship that you deserve, because these women are here waiting for you to do that, okay? So it's not about being too feminine. It's actually Be more feminine.
Now, I don't know, do you guys agree with that? Obviously, what she's saying to some people would be controversial, and what people were saying earlier in the video is going to be controversial to other people. But I find it fascinating because it always just goes to show that men and women just have different ideas and understanding of what's happening right now in the dating market, which is leading to more people being single longer in their 30s. Leave your thoughts about this video down below in the comment section, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.